A man bought a corpse that was already dead and pretended it was his father, taking it to the hospital for emergency treatment. He begged the doctors to save his father's life, no matter how much money it cost. The doctors didn't even ask about the situation or take a single glance before wheeling the body into the operating room. Only when they touched the body did they realize the person was already dead. Yet the doctors still insisted on performing surgery because they had grasped the psychology of the family member. They could tell at a glance that the young man was a devoted son. In a life or death situation, he would spare no expense to save his father's life. So this was their golden opportunity to make a fortune. A group of doctors began busily going through the motions, seemingly anxious to save the patient's life as they went in and out non-stop. The attending physician approached the man and handed him a list, telling him that his father's life was hanging by a thread, so he needed to hurry and buy the medications. Moreover, he had to purchase them at the hospital's designated pharmacy, because many of the special drugs were only available there. Following the list, the man bought 2 large bags full of medications at the pharmacy, spending half a year's salary. He handed the drugs to the nurse, who promptly returned them to the pharmacy. No sooner had the man bought the expensive medications than the doctor came out again and told him that an additional 500,000 yuan in surgical fees was required. The man said he had already paid when he first arrived, but the doctor explained that due to the critical condition of his father, they had invited a renowned medical expert to perform the surgery, and the expert required a separate fee. After the man paid the huge sum once more, a grim-faced expert walked into the operating room. The family members waited anxiously outside the operating room, but inside, all was tranquil. All the doctors and nurses had actually gathered together to chat. Finally, the doctor walked out with a somber expression and said to the man, "We're very sorry. We did our best, but your father still passed away despite our efforts to save him." The man asked the doctor if they could try again, but the doctor said they had already done everything they could. At this point, the man suddenly said to the doctor, "Aren't you specialists in treating dead people?" Then the man took out the corpse's death certificate and told the doctor that the body wasn't his father at all, but one he had purchased from the crematorium. Learning the truth, the doctor instantly panicked and snatched the death certificate, forcibly swallowing it. The man calmly told him, "I have many more copies here." It turned out that the man's purpose in coming here was to expose the little-known dark side behind this unscrupulous hospital.